So today you will hear a lot of views about working from home from end user perspective, like remote access, secure remote access. But I would like to cover a little different topic, the enterprise view, like how enterprise data center are changing or evolving. And really, you cannot define your work from home strategy without considering how enterprises are working with the hyperscalers for their compute need at the edge. So, by the way, my name is Sanjay Agarwal. I am a senior solution architect at AWS. I'm based out of Dallas, and I have 20 plus year of experience in R&D and IT industry. Here in AWS, my role is to help enterprises in their digitization journey. So today I will cover what our customers are telling us regarding the cloud continuation between on-prem and the cloud itself. So they want like cloud-like experience on their data center at the edge. And what we found is the edge computing really have a different meaning for different industries. So I will briefly cover how AWS bring the cloud to on premises with a few case studies, and that will give a glimpse on how working from remote environment need to adapt to this new ecosystem. So hope we will all learn something new today. So with no further ado, let's get started. So if we see a end-to-end application ecosystem in any enterprise, there are always some applications that are harder to migrate, whether there is a technical region or maybe a logistical region. So there are three main regions we found that dictate why application must remain on premises. First is latency sensitive application. So some of the business critical applications are sensitive to latency. For example, factory floor automation, operation automation, or real-time medical imaging in the medical domain. So you need this application to run on premises as they need less than 10 millisecond latency. Second, we see is local data processing and the data integrity need. What that mean? So there has been an exponential increase in the data that is being generated by users and the end devices. So if you have a data intensive workload that collects and process hundreds of terabytes of data a day, so transmission of this large volume of data to the cloud is wasteful and expensive, right? So it will be good to process the data locally and also analyze them, respond to the event in the real time. So that kind of application will stay on premises. And third is some customer have a data residency requirement, like they need to comply to the local law of the land where regulators dictate that data and infrastructure reside in a specific location or country or geolocation somewhere. So these are the three type of application which will remain on premises. But there are some additional challenges, or rather I should say ask from our customer, and that is what changing the enterprise data center dramatically. So what are these additional requests from customers? So one is related to IT challenges, like so it is a significant overhead for organization to patch and upgrade on-premises infrastructure, managing compatibility across various hardware and the software components. So what if there is no longer the responsibility of the enterprise? So this is a big ask. And then there is a developer challenge, like development community, right? So developer is forced to use different APIs and tools to build application for the cloud or on-premises environment. So they have a different set of tools, different set of APIs. So they are forced to develop twice and then again re-architect them to work in other environment. So what development community want? They want they want to build application once which is suitable to run on premises, which or in the cloud using the same API and the tool, like using the same API that you use in the cloud for the application that also run the premises as well. So if we summarize, right, the customer want same reliable, secure, and high performance infrastructure on prem as in cloud. Same operational consistency, same service API, tools for automation, even development pipeline. So all this provides them the same pace of innovation as in the cloud. So if any remote access strategy, whether it is a digital employee experience or a hybrid work strategy or even a firewall selection, it need to adapt to this new type of data center, which has hyperscaler presence in there. So what AWS is doing to add these artifacts in these new type of data center or bring the cloud to the enterprise at the edge. So I will touch on that first little bit. So as I said earlier, the definition of edge is different for different enterprises. So if you see here in 2017, we created a service like Greengrass because our customer our customer wanted to extend AWS IoT to the edge of the network. So for them, this is the edge. And they want to process local traffic closer to their devices, mainly in industries like, if I have to quote, like mining or marine use cases, things like that. Then in 2018, we added machine learning capabilities for customers who needed edge computing for running machine learning workloads. Then the subsequent year, in 2019, our customers talked to us about how they could extend AWS network to the edge, including network functions that were virtualized. So we worked with our customer to create Outpost. So what does Outpost does? Outpost extend AWS cloud to the edge of the network. So this is one of the big artifacts, and I will cover that in a little bit more detail today. And last year, our customer asked us for using a fully bootstrap environment where they could deploy application on a 5G network without having to deploy anything in their environment. So this is a very different type of definition of edge. So they want something on edge, but not quite on their premises. And I mean, the definition changing to different industries. And we launched AWS Wavelength Zone to address that. So these are different offerings from AWS when it comes to edge based on the enterprise definition of the edge. And they can use the right tools for the right job. So how does end-to-end spectrum looks like when all the services are running on edge in different shape and form? So this is one of my favorite slide. So this gives a complete picture of different definition of edge in one place. So I will not go in any further detail, but it addresses edge compute need for enterprise suitable to whatever way they define the edge for themselves. So if you are defining your work from home strategy, you need to ensure you are covering each segment where hyperscaler may be present in enterprise data center, whether it is an IoT device or industrial device or just a complex box managed by hyperscaler, the compute box basically, like Outpost, which I mentioned. So one point I would like to cover is when it comes to compliance and certification, AWS is already covering a wide range of compliance and certification for these boxes. Like for an example, we do have some of the main compliances like Outpost Red, for an example, is the PCI SOC compliant, ISMAP as well. When it comes to certification, there are ISO, CSA star certification, as well as these boxes are HIPAA compliant, HIPAA eligible, I should say, rather than compliant. But security of the application, the access control is still customer's responsibility. And that's where the working from home things come into play, right? We need to take care of a certain aspect where hyperscaler is present in the data center. So let's look some of the use cases, and that will give you more clarity on this topic, like what and how customer develop solution with few of these offerings. So first use case I would like to touch on is Abu Dhabi Bank. So main challenge they were looking to address was the data residency requirement, like data should not leave the premises, while they still want to leverage the innovation AWS has to offer. So they deploy Outpost, and they still leverage deploying containerized workload to store and process the data on premises, and still leverage AWS AIML tools. So their aspiration was really they were bound by the law of the land. They could not move that application, but they still wanted to leverage the AWS innovations. So they bring this Outpost, and that kind of address their challenges. The second example I bring today is Philips. So Philips came to AWS with a different set of problem statement. So they were looking to reduce the high cost of managing their on-prem infra solution. So we bring fully managed AWS Outpost to address the concern, and also the new setup provide them the consistent experience across on-premises and cloud environment. So they want a cloud. They do not want to manage their own data center. In the same time, they also value the AWS innovations they want to leverage. So even if they did not had a data residency requirement, but they had some logistical regions to move some of the application to cloud, and that's where they bring in this artifact in their data center. Third is, this is the last use case I will mention here is Morningstar. So Morningstar had a requirement of very low latency for real-time investment research. So that means they need to process the data where it gets generated within like couple of millisecond latency. Latency was really crucial for them. So to address that, they deploy edge computing artifact to run latency sensitive application. So just in three examples, right, you see a three different aspiration of customers regarding their edge computing need. So how does that outpost look like, by the way? So this is a outpost box. It comes in a 42U rack form factor, fully assembled, ready to be rolled out into the position. So how does it work? You order this on AWS console, and AWS Associate will show up at your door at the data center with the rack, and they will roll it in, plug the power and network. They also, so there are other components like networking, switches, power panel, that is also part of this box itself. But what about the challenges which IT and developers shouted about, right? Like they want to get the cloud-like experience in their premises too. So the few more points about this box is that this AWS Outpost is fully managed and supported by AWS. Like you do not need to worry about updating or patching infrastructure. And for developers, they use the same AWS console to view and manage these resources from there. So this is like for developers a seamless experience, right? They see the same console, they use the same API, SDK, and they develop their application which will run on-prem or in cloud, AWS cloud, seamless. So that is the ask developers has. So with this box in their premises, they can have a cloud-like experience, a small cloud coming to your data center. So developer need to just develop once, and then they are all good. Even if then when they're migrating the cloud application to the cloud later in the future. So a few more things. What's new in 2021? So we listen to small and medium enterprise, and we announce a new form factor that is 1U and 2U single server unit. 1U is like really like a pizza box, which is less than 2 inch tall, and the 2U is a 3.5 inch tall boxes. So this is mainly targeted for small to medium size enterprises with who do not have a need for like 42U fully loaded rack. So this was the aspiration here. And now with this new form factor, Outpost can help customer operating across smaller sites like retail store, for an example, or enterprise branch offices that runs point of sale systems or security monitoring system or network administration, small displays. So all these kind of application they can run on this box. Or if you talk about healthcare providers, they can process medical data quickly but benefit from cloud tools and long-term storage. All these things they can achieve. Or even if you talk about factory or warehouse, even they have a compute at the edge for power automation or integrate IoT data monitoring systems. So many applications they have, factories and warehouses thing. So if you see with this in mind, right, enterprise data center started to look like very different with hyperscalers on premises. And digital employee experience or hybrid work strategy, which I'm really willing to listen today, and need to consider devices from all the way from IoT sensor to the big compute rack managed by hyperscalers. So with that, I will be interested to learn from other speakers like Justin, Joanna, Matt, all of this, like how your work from strategy is or remote access strategy is impacted with the new landscape of enterprise data center where hyperscalers like AWS is present right there, starting from device to all the way till their compute big boxes, 42 euro rack boxes. So I will be happy to learn more today from others. But with that, I will be open for a questions if any. Thanks, Ron. Back to you.